losing weight, that's the easy part. What they don't prepare you for is the amount of people who will try to sabotage you. Especially if you grew up in a bigger family. Like me, I grew up in a 200 plus pound family, right? And now on the other side, I've come to realize you're not big bone. There's no such thing as big bone, babe. I'm sorry. That's a lie. It's generational habits that have been passed down. And also believe those habits are also a form of sabotage because misery loves company. When I was bigger, I was uncomfortable in my body, and I grew up bigger too, but I didn't understand the why behind the reason why I felt uncomfortable in my body. I didn't know what a calorie was. I didn't know what a deficit was. Didn't understand how bad really processed foods was because that's what I grew up on. And when you depend on the people around you to teach you those kind of things and they don't teach you because they don't care to, and then you grow up and you, like, once you get older, you have a choice. You can change or you can repeat the cycles. And a lot of times, if you grow up in a bigger family, most of the people choose to repeat the cycles. I chose to change. So people don't prepare you for the amount of people who try to sabotage you and worse, belittle you. When I was first losing, and this was when so my biggest, I was 220, and when I got down to 170, I was already being accused of having AD at 170. I'm less than that now, and that's straight sabotage. And then it's even worse than that because there are things that I can tell you guys on YouTube, but there are things that I have experienced in real life that make the situation far more worse. So I want to also say that if you feel yourself relating to what I'm saying and you need somebody to talk to, babe, talk to me because I need somebody to talk to too because this stuff is crazy. But yeah, people will sabotage you, people will belittle you, and people will hate you. I never, like before, especially if you're pretty, but even the fact that you're putting in the hard work, because before, I never knew why people would distance themselves away from me. Because when it comes to losing weight, that takes discipline, that takes character, that takes this level of understanding. When I was bigger, like I said, I didn't know what a calorie was, didn't know what a deficit was, didn't know how bad processed foods were. I noticed a lot of the people who were smarter than me understood fundamentally things that I didn't know. They were so much smarter than me. So I'm not saying that being big makes you ignorant to a lot of things, but a lot of people who are big are ignorant to a lot of things. And there are a lot of things that I understand now that I'm smaller, that these other people understood too. And not even just about the food thing, but other smarts as well, whether it be book smart, street smarts. There was things fundamentally that these people understood because they had time to learn these things. When you're big, all you're worried about is what you're going to eat next and comforting the misery that you feel inside yourself because you have nothing else to live for but food, eating, laying in bed all day, can't even take a 15-minute walk, gotta park the car close to the front door to go get some food from the grocery store because, oh, it's too far to walk, stuff like that. So yes, you'll deal with a lot of sabotage. I remember during, like, like I said, like when I was first losing the weight, I was 170, being accused of having an ED, and then a family member. I remember one of my family members were praising me, like, "Oh, like look, she's worked so hard to lose the weight. Da da. She done got skinny, blah blah." Even though I was 170, so it's kind of like I was like, like, not bad, but they were praising me for the amount of weight I had lost thus far. And I remember another family member being like, "Oh, she still has a gut." Uncalled for, clearly triggered, but who got a gut now, babe? Hold on. Can y'all see? Hold on. Okay, I still do a little bit. Hold on, let me talk to me nice. Y'all, that it was a flex, but not a flex on y'all, But and at another event, cause like at events I'll eat the food there, And then I just went to take a to-go plate home, right? So these two family members conspired together. And I know it was conspiracy because I would never take a to-go plate home. And you've asked me, oh, do you want to take anything home? And I said no. And I'm pretty sure they knew why I said no, because you see I'm losing weight. You see it coming off as much as you try to play these games with me. And you have the audacity. Because me, I love me some mac and cheese. And I remember they packed a bunch of mac and cheese. And then my mom was like, oh, this is for you. And I was like, but I said I didn't want any. And they was like, oh, but such made this for you. And that's they try to make it a big thing where it's like, oh, you have to eat it because this. No, you don't. Because guess what I did with that mac and cheese? It was good. So I did slide some on the plate. I threw the rest of it away. I'm not playing. When you'll have to do that. If you're serious about it and you don't want people taking advantage of you, there's no time to think about starving kids in Africa. Are you in Africa? You gonna go over there and feed them kids? No, I didn't think so. Throw it away. Throw it away. Because people will try to feed you. I've even relationships with men. This guy was like scrolling down my page, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you done lost a lot of weight. You need to slow down. You need to slow down." Why did he bring me food, y'all? He asked me if I want anything and then brought me. And then I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll get this. And then he tried to put a cookie on top of that. I was so happy that cookie, it wasn't vegan. But then that's when he said it, and that's when I realized, this is trying to feed me. Oh, wait, did I say that? Like, or this other, or times where it's like my cousin out, because like I go through different phases in my journey. So I was in my snacking phase, like, so instead of like eating meals, I would just snack throughout the day. But that's just because that's what I felt like doing. You know, like just different methods. And this was still when I was around 170, 160, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you hungry, ain't you?" And then don't be afraid to speak up for yourself, because the shaming works on both sides, and I see it firsthand. So now I see it, because it's like, girl, what? So you told me, oh, you hungry, ain't you? And if I would have said, oh, you big, ain't you? We would have had a problem. Then I would have been the bad guy, but nobody was talking to her. She went on her way to talk to me. Or like, I'll be ordering food, and depending on the person, I'm going to be real. If the person is bigger, it's like they're mad at me for not taking a to-go box. They're mad that I didn't eat a lot of my food, or they're mad at what I'm ordering. Oh, and watch out for them, because I know like some people channels have been getting banned for saying that word. So watch out for the people too, because I've been out and there'll be another woman who there's two, but then they're also mad that I am too. It's weird. Or they'll serve me my food, and then they'll try to like wait a long time to approach the table, because it's like I can tell it's like it's not a mistake. Like they want you to eat more of your food because they want to be in the room. It's sabotage on both sides. You got the. But there are people on both sides too who will support you either way. Because there are people who I can eat around. They can be bigger, and look, I eat what I eat. They eat what they eat. They don't care. Because I was like that too. Because I just didn't get it. I didn't understand. You don't understand how much you're eating until you get onto this side. And I'm like, dang. Because like, if I'm eating this much and I'm this size, how much was I eating before to make? Girl, what were you doing? And it's like, it's like a part of me wants to sound super professional and give it to you guys straight and have like a point A to Z system where I'm speaking topic, body, conclusion, period, you know? But I don't think I'm sorry, I'm not that kind of speaker. My mind runs a mile a minute. You're going to have to bear with me. I apologize for that. But yeah, and the reason why they feel this way or feel a need to belittle you is because Also feel like it depends on you, because I grew up being a people pleaser, which is another topic in itself, because being a people pleaser is not all that that is cracked up to be, because I feel like being a people pleaser falls underneath the category of covert narcissism, and it can be a learned trait. I'm unlearning my people pleaser ways. But if you feel me on that, if you're growing spiritually, you understand what I mean. And I wouldn't consider myself to be a narcissist, but I understand, like, hey, I speak true. That's what being a people pleaser is, a subcategory for being a covert narcissist, because you're doing things to appease other people, not because you actually want to. So you're only doing it to get something out of it in return. Respect. Yeah, being a people pleaser, like you're eating the cookie to make people feel bad. That's why, like, growing up, that's what I realized. I knew fundamentally that I was eating this food to appease the bigger people in my family, but I didn't understand how much damage I would have on my body, for one, my brain, my habits. I didn't understand how much big of a deal it was, because I wasn't taught these things. And not being taught these things lead up to sabotage. Even, like I said, men will sabotage you. My mom was in a relationship with a dude who he liked to cook a lot. And me and my mom got the biggest we ever were in that relationship. And when she was in that relationship, and honestly, being older and looking back, that should have never happened. But it was not my responsibility to not make it happen, because it was on her. And she didn't do that. She said something, but it wasn't enough, because, like I said, her people-pleasing mentality. She chose for us to eat the food. Me, when they gave me that food, I chose to throw it away. You see the two different mentalities, but then now people are saying, oh, you're wasting food. That's a part of sabotage, because it's a scarcity lack mindset. They don't want you to leave you behind. They're mad that you chose to do better for yourself, and now you're wasting food. Oh, there's a food shortage. All of these ideas are part of slave morality, because it enslaves you, because now you're not thinking about yourself anymore. You're thinking about appeasing other people. I have to eat this because then he'll be mad he made all this food. I don't care. I don't care that they made all that food. What did you tell them? You told them that you wasn't hungry, right? Don't eat it. You told them you didn't want it, right? Don't eat it. You told them to stop, right? Don't eat it. Put it down. I don't care. And then too, like, sometimes I'll have like my own meals in my head, and then people like try to come up with their own. It's like, oh, I made this for you. That's who I don't eat nothing from nobody. I don't trust them. Nope. Oh, thank you. I'll make my own food. And a part of me was afraid to make videos, because technically I am talking about my family, but I'm realizing my family has never been afraid to talk about me. Never been afraid to talk about me. Never been afraid to Never been afraid to sabotage me. But then I low-key respect my family, because they would tell me that I was tea for real, and that I should speak up for real, and I have this energy about me for real. But anytime I display this energy with them, like in the conversation, not talking about it, but just being about it, it was always shut down. So I have to unlearn that too. But anyway, it is your mental that will break you, because the discipline comes easy. That alarm come on, I'm up 4 a.m. every single day. I don't stop. But I had to learn that. I had to program myself to do that. But in a way, it's like, discipline to me comes easy. What doesn't come easy is breaking that people pleaser mentality, because I have tried to lose weight so many times, and I didn't realize that the reason why I kept on gaining it back every time was because of the people I hang around. The people that you hang around will be your biggest downfall in anything that you do. When you start to shift, everything will shift with you, and if you're not making sure that it's shifting with you, it will shift you back. It will shift you back every single time. And one day I woke up and I said, enough is enough. Because I was tired of it. I was like, I had really reached my breaking point. I'll talk about this too, like my smoking addiction, depression, self-harm, and all that. I had reached my breaking point, and I wrote down, who do I want to be for the rest of my life? Like, if this is the case, if I am this depressed to the point where it's like life is just not, then the truth is you're going to end up anyway. So What are you going to do about it? And then I did something about it, and it's all mental. And now, like I said, life moves stuff out of the way. I am alone every single day, and you can see that as depressing. Would I like to be around people? Yes, but I know I am not ready to be around people because I am still unlearning some of these habits or some of these thought process, or just getting through them, because it's not even the fact that I learned. There are a lot of things that I know. Like this video, I should have been made this video. I knew about this video in the back of my mind, but I was basically operating out of fear. The fear of what are they going to say. But like I said, they weren't afraid to say it to me. When they said it to me, then they shouldn't be afraid that I'm telling y'all. And yeah. And that too, what they don't prepare you for is the fact that I said like they'll watch you eat your food. You can't go to a restaurant without people staring at your plate watching what you eat, and it's so uncomfortable. People who don't even rock with you, don't even mess with you, will come up to you and see what you're eating so they can copy. You're the blueprint. Like literally, there is, what's the word? Like there's levels to this, and being in shape is at the top level. And even me, I'm not even done. This is year 1 for me. I'm on year 2. I'm trying to get some abs, you know. I'm trying to. You see. Stop playing. You see. Hold on. Relax. You see it. I'm trying to be like a Pilates princess, muscle mommy, but somewhere in between there, like, you know, like tone. I want lean, but muscle mommy. You know, like yeah, lean, but also want my abs to not just be lean. I want them to have some grit to it. I want them to have some to it. It's just about you embarrassing yourself on YouTube. But yeah. And then even with the internal battle with yourself. Honestly, I don't think I think the internal battle comes when you come into contact with other people. But that is true. Like empaths, right? I will say I am very empathetic because, like I said, that people pleaser mentality, the need to overeat to appease other people, that has gotten to me. But you know what it is? People consider that to be the evil eye. People who look at you and who want what you have. Because like when I wear crop tops, I know that's when I binge, and but blaming it on them gives them the power, and I have to take back my power. It is my fault for even considering spiritually what they're thinking about, because I shouldn't be considering it, because it's like now I've done that. Like I've been out to a partying, and everybody's staring at me. And it's like, I know why they're staring at me. So then I hide myself. But it's like, and then when they see you hide yourself, they're happy because then now they want to pretend like they're your friend. I need to speak about that in another video. But that at the end of the day, that only hurts you. Hiding yourself and hiding your progress only hurts you. Considering the ideas of other people, that only hurts you. Binging to make somebody else feel better, that only hurts you. And then because now you have to deal with it, and now you feel how they feel, and there's no point in both of us feeling that way. I'd rather neither of us felt that way, but since I put in the hard work and you didn't, you're just going to have to sit there and feel that way, because that's how I felt. Sure, let's call a spade a spade. But honestly, the energy they give out is like crazy, because I feel like, yes, of course, but there's really levels to it, because there are some people who look at me and I know that they would rather have the body that I have, of course, but it's more so like they're sad for themselves. And so I never feel any kind of way. And I also feel, depending on their level of, you know, I also feel bad for them too. Because so there are some people who you can hang around who are, and yes, because jealousy is a compass, they'll feel that way. But the energy they give off is more so about them, and it's not about you. But there are some people who will make it about you because you being in the room diminishes their light to them, according to them. They forget who they are when you are in the room. Because, especially, well, no, I'll save that. But yeah, that's really all I had to say. Hopefully when I watch it, I don't sound like a freaking idiot. And yeah.